yet, and this is final. This is the final shipping version of the RX1 with the Zeiss 35mm f2. I went outside, the battery wasn't fully charged. I went outside and shot a few snaps, and I have to say, looking back at just the JPEGs, the quality of this camera is incredible. I tested the crop mode to see exactly how that works. I'll post some samples up on the site at stevehufpphoto.com. But I am going to be doing a long-term full review of the RX1 because I feel that this camera right here is probably the most significant camera release of the year 2012. Of course, you have some great killer cameras in 2012. You have cameras like the OMD, which I have right here, which I love. This is one of my favorite cameras, and as you can see, I have the new 60 macro on, and I have to say that lens is freaking amazing. Best macro I've ever used in my life, and a review for that's coming soon as well. So you have the OMD, which is also an amazing camera for 2012. You have the Leica monochrome, which is the most unique camera of 2012. Simply because it's a black and white only camera that sells for $8,000 without a lens. So, you know, you also have cameras like the NEX6 from Sony, which is also an incredible. This is the best NEX yet, in my opinion, though I wish they'd put a mic input on it. But the new 16-50 zoom is much smaller, and I like it much better than the 1855. You also have your little compacts like the Leica Deluxe 6. And to be honest, I haven't even shot one frame with this yet. It just came in today, so I'm going to be reviewing this one as well. So man, so much stuff to look over, but I wanted to let everybody know the RX1 is here. They should be shipping. I believe they're already shipping in Japan. They should be shipping in the United States in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I think. So if you pre-ordered one, get ready. And I got to tell you, you're not going to be disappointed in the image quality of the RX1. At all, in low light, good light, high ISO, low ISO, the color, and I've only been shooting JPEG. I'm going to download the Sony RAW converter so I can check out some RAWs as well. So the Sony RX1 is here, $27.99. I gotta say it is pricey, but this thing is small. All right, here it is next to an NEX6. Okay, so you're looking at about the same size as an NEX6. Okay. The RX1, things I like about it, you have your manual aperture control on the lens. You can set it for close focusing or normal focusing, but it's got the solid clicks. You have your exposure compensation dial right here, very firm. Your selector switch right here on the back. Oh, you also have a button here, that's C button. You can customize it to whatever you want. You can customize any one of these keypads. You have all kinds of customizations. You do have a built-in flash if you want to use it. This thing is so small and compact. Here it is next to the Leica Deluxe 6. Look at that. Not much difference. But I can tell you right now that this is like twice the weight at least. This is solid. It feels solid. This is a little hollow feeling. And this is full frame, guys. 35mm full frame. This is a little teeny sensor, but 35mm full frame, APS-C in the NEX6. The quality from this sensor is, this is the same sensor as in their new DSLR, by the way, and I have to say the sensor is quite amazing. And I was getting better results from the RX1 than the A99 with the same sensor. Let's put it next to the Leica. This is a Leica M monochrome, which is the same size as an M9. The M is bigger than the RX1. So the RX1 is smaller than an M9, M monochrome Leica M. Okay, so you can see that right there. The monochrome with this lens is heavier than the Sony. Now the OMD I have here, I do have a Gera's case on it and the big old long 60 macro. So it's a little bigger looking than it really is. But again, you can get an idea of the size of the RX1. So I just wanted to show you guys all the new stuff coming up. We have the Sony RX1 review that's going to be coming soon. I'm probably going to do a rolling review of it. So as I get my thoughts together about it, I will be writing different parts of reviews like I did with the monochrome. Leica Deluxe 6, That's also going to be coming up. Sorry about that. And the Leica Deluxe 6, one thing I like about this, which I noticed right off the bat, is you could change aperture on the lens. I love that companies are going this way. I've always asked companies, put the aperture selection on the lens. Now, we all know that this is a Panasonic LX5 in disguise, so you can go get the Panasonic at a lower price, but the Leica does come with a longer warranty and free Lightroom software. What else do we have? Oh yeah, the NEX6. Again, I did a big review for the NEX7 last year, and after using this in California for a week and a couple days here, I like this better than my NEX7. I still have my NEX7, but I like this better. Why? Because you have basically the same viewfinder. You have a lower resolution sensor, which gives less noise. The NEX7 wasn't the best with high ISO. This is better. You don't have the corner problems when using wide angle like the glass on the NEX6 like you do on the 7. Same body, feels solid, very solidly made. NEX6, I think it's like $1,000 with this kit lens. Great buy. And the Olympus is coming. The macro lens review. If you go to my site right now at stevehufpphoto.com, I'm going to have this video on the site and a sample picture, probably with each of these cameras, so you can just see a quick sample that I've gotten. Also, I've been shooting the Leica monochrome with the Zeiss 50 sonar, which gives off a classic rendering. I love this lens on the monochrome, and to be honest, on the monochrome, I like this lens better than the Leica 35 Summilux FLE, better than the 50 Summilux spherical. It just gives this nice classic rendering. It's beautiful. So there you go. It's New Camera Friday, and I have to say, I'm going to be a busy, busy man with all this stuff. And what you don't even see here is the Fuji X-E1 that's on the way. So that's going to be something else on the way. And the Sony NEX5R that I also have here. So there's two more cameras that are here that are not even in this pile. So this is all upcoming stuff on stevehufpphoto.com. Hope you guys enjoyed the little size comparisons I did. That's basically what I did this video for. I already have a pretty at-length video on the RX1 where I show the menu systems and everything. But for now, I just wanted to show some size comparisons of all these cameras. And that's about it. So I was going to turn this on. Let's see. There we go. So what I'm going to show you is how fast this can focus. Now, I find the focus to be pretty quick. It's already locked on. Some people were saying it was slow, but it's actually very, very quick in my opinion. So I'm just pressing down and it's just firing. Now, if you're in low light with the RX1, it will hunt a little bit. But overall, it's a pretty speedy camera, and the cool thing about it is that it's silent. This camera is silent. You turn off all the noises in the menu option, and it just turns into a super stealthy camera. And what I feel this is perfect for is street shooting. You can jack this thing up to any ISO you want, set the lens to f2 here, and shoot away on the street very discreetly. So at $27.99, yeah, it's expensive, but you got to look at what you get with it. I'm the most excited about any camera that you see here. I'm most excited about this guy, and yes,